Coming up on Citrus TV.
Another famous musician has passed away. We'll tell you the latest information on his death.
Some parents are taking their kids to musical development classes before they can walk and talk. We'll tell you why next.
And as spring firmly sets in here in Syracuse, our own Brendan Tierney will give you the latest forecast.
Citrus TV News starts right now.
From the Citrus TV studios, this is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacob Reynolds.
And I'm Topher Lane. Pop legend Prince passed away earlier today in his Minneapolis home. We have the details tonight in our top story. The pop music legend Prince was found dead today at Paisley Park Studios. He was 57 years old. Police found him unresponsive in an elevator at his residence.
Prince was known for his music in addition to his role in the film Purple Rain. He won 7 Grammy Awards and was nominated for another 30.
Fans are still taking to social media, making references to some of his best music. The reason for his death is still unknown, and we will follow the story closely as it continues to unfold.
And for all you theater lovers, Syracuse Stage announced its 2016-2017 season today. The stage's 44th season will include the plays Great Expectations, Mary Poppins, Disgraced, Ain't Misbehavin', How I Learned to Drive, and Death Trap. Theater fans can buy subscriptions and ticket packages starting June 1st. And the first play of the season, Great Expectations, will begin October 1st. And the founder of Barefoot College, an organization that helps the rural poor in the developing world, will speak Friday at SUNY ESF. Sanjit Bunker Roy will give a talk at 7 p.m. in the college's Gateway Center. Roy was featured in the 2010 Time 100 list of influential personalities for his work in educating illiterate and semi-literate rural Indians. The talk is free and open to the public.
Tomorrow is the last chance for students to pick up pre-ordered tickets to Block Party. The tickets are available at the Carrier Dome ticket booths at Gate E. Students can pick up their tickets between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Block Party is next Friday, so make sure to bring your student ID to pick up your tickets. This is something you won't want to miss. And Verbal Blend, a spoken word poetry program within the Office of Multicultural Affairs, will host its annual Take the Mic Poetry Slam tomorrow night at 7:30 in Shine Underground. The Poetry Slam is a competition that includes students from SUNY, SU, SUNY ESF, Lemoyne College, and Onondaga Community College. The poets will recite original material for up to 3 minutes. Admission is free and open to the public.
According to some, it is critical for children to listen to music during the first few years of life because they will speak sooner, read better, and relate better to their classmates than children who do not. NCC News reporter Maria Cinti tells us how listening to music at a young age could help improve their hearing and communication skills as they get older.
She came before she was talking or walking, and now she's doing both.
Rebecca Cohen has taken her 18-month-old daughter Lillian to music and movement classes for the past 9 months. She says the class has helped teach Lillian how to say simple words and communicate with others.
She started off a little bit shy and unsure about how the class worked, and now she's much more comfortable in herself and interacting with other babies and with the teacher.
Green Lakes Music Together owner Rebecca Opetisano says children who are engaged in musical experience for several months will show vast improvements in their social and language skills as well.
If they come back session after session, then we get to watch them grow not only musically but developmentally as well.
Sophie, how old are you?
3.
You're 3? And do you like music? Yeah? Do you know that listening to music can make you smarter? No? Well, it's true. Scientific studies show that listening to music can improve the way a child's brain works.
Infant toddler specialist Tessa Opet says the first 3 years of life are critical for brain development and learning through music. She says listening to music teaches them how to express emotion, teaches them how to speak and read, and broadens their future vocabulary. Opet says children who are not exposed to music are often less expressive and more delayed in their speech than their peers.
One child could do really, really well through music, and if they're not exposed to that, then, you know, they're really missing out on what could be.
And while OPID encourages children to attend music and movement classes, she says that children could equally benefit from listening to music at home or on the radio at no cost. And torrential rain has hit the Houston area. We'll tell you how the city is handling all the bad weather.
And the Senate passes a bill today that could impact you the next time you travel and how you get packages.
But first, Brendan Tierney tells us what to expect with weather. Brendan, what do you have?
Well, it was a beautiful day here in Syracuse. Temperatures in the upper 70s and bright sunny skies. Unfortunately, as we take a look at this quad cam, you're able to see some clouds moving into the area. You mentioned the rain in Houston. A bit of that storm is heading our way, and unfortunately, it's going to be bringing some moisture out of our summer-like temperatures. I'm tracking the storms and have the details coming up after the break.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Thank you.
You got a king?
Go fish. In your face, in your face.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Jimmy can't sing, and Tommy can't dance, so we're gonna put some ants in their pants. Aww.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, sing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they got ants in their pants, they've got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
At least 8 are dead since a huge storm dropped more than a foot of rain in the Houston area, causing major flooding. Thousands of residents have been evacuated and major highways closed after the rain that started on Sunday. Authorities are blaming the heavy rains for a sinkhole that opened up on a residential street in Dallas as well. And Michigan's Attorney General says he can guarantee more charges from the Flint water crisis investigation that has already charged 3 with several crimes. 2 state employees and a Flint utility worker were charged with several crimes yesterday. For almost 18 months, toxic lead was in drinking water after Flint's water source was switched while the city was under state financial management. And the Senate passing a bill this week that would boost airport security, give new protections to airline passengers, and help speed the introduction of package delivery drones. The House has not acted on the bill yet because of disputes whether to privatize air traffic control operations. Airlines have been pushing to privatize because they say the FAA is too slow and inflexible to finish the transition from radar to satellites. And the Senate also passed a bipartisan measure to better align the nation's oil, gas, and electricity systems with the changes in the way power is produced in the U.S. and includes provisions to promote renewable energy, improve energy efficiency of buildings, and to cut greenhouse gas pollution. It is the first broad energy bill since the George W. Bush administration.
Nearly 30 more people have been pronounced dead following Ecuador's major earthquake on Saturday, and 100 plus are still missing. A UN official says tens of thousands need shelter and drinking water, and the Ecuadorian president says the rebuilding affects areas that will take years and cost millions of dollars. With now well over 500 people dead, many are considering this the worst disaster Ecuador has seen in decades. Early reports are saying that President Obama's meeting with King Salman in Saudi Arabia yesterday showed deep differences between the two in policymaking. They had a series of conversations regarding ISIS, Iran, and other topics relating to national security, which Obama says gave them the opportunity to at least exchange views. Among other things, Obama pressed King Salman to engage diplomatically with Iran and to rely less on the U.S. for security. A UN refugee agency says 500 migrants could be dead after a boat transporting people from Africa and the Middle East sank in the Mediterranean Sea. This would be the highest death toll in an incident involving migrants crossing the Mediterranean since more than 800 people died in April of last year. There are 41 known survivors, all from the northern Africa, and the UN will continue to look into the matter. Western military officials say Russia is beefing up its presence at sea to challenge the U.S. and NATO. Russian submarine patrols are increasing and making their way into Scandinavia, the Mediterranean, and around the UK. The Russian government has spent billions on new submarines that are powerful, quiet, and well armed. And to combat this, the Pentagon is now calling for more money to be spent on submarine warfare. Now let's send it over to Jake and Brendan to see what we can expect after the break.
When we come back, we'll tell you how one woman is taking over the 20 and another is celebrating the number 90.
And Jake, we've had a very sunny and dry week so far. What's in store for the weekend? All of your answer coming up after the break.
Welcome to OPP. Orange Press Pass is your ticket inside the Syracuse locker room. Hear from the coach.
You can't make it. You're shooting 15%.
I really believe that we're going to start something and play.
Just cutting down the net, I can feel a good spot.
Get in-depth analysis, reports on site, and more.
It's all right now on Orange Press Pass.
Orange Press Pass. Live after every Syracuse game.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Spring has certainly sprung here in Syracuse. We had a warm, sunny day here in Cuse, and now Brendan is here to tell us if the great weather is here to stay. Brendan?
Thanks, Topher. Definitely a beautiful day here in Syracuse. Across most of the nation, it's really nice. We're seeing 70-degree temperatures across almost the entire nation. Where it isn't, you're in the upper 50s or 60s, so definitely warm, above average temperatures for this time of the year. Taking a look at your current conditions here in Syracuse, 73 degrees, sunny with a few storms making their way in, bringing some clouds along with them. With the humidity that's coming along with the storms, we're seeing even warmer temperatures. 78 degrees is your heat index outside right now. We're looking at those storms moving into the area. They're grabbing some moisture off the Great Lakes. This is out of the system around Houston, so a big front that we'll take out in a second. We're able to see the moisture moving into our area. It should be completely arriving around 10 p.m. tonight, but it should be out of here by the morning hours. As we take a look at the bigger picture, you're able to see the main low pressure system is down around the Gulf, and that's whipping a big cold front up towards our area. There's some snow up in the Canada, but luckily it's all rain here in Syracuse, and it looks like we're not going to get any more snow for at least the rest of the school year. Taking a look at your overnight conditions, 55 degrees is your low, cloudy with a few showers in the area. The sun will be setting tonight at 7:55 p.m. And then taking a look at your Citrus TV 5-day forecast. See tomorrow, Friday, 70 degrees, 75% chance of some rain, but then the rain goes away for the weekend. Unfortunately, it does get a little colder, 54 degrees Saturday. The sun does come back for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're in the 60s, dips slightly below that on Tuesday, and we have some rain possibly coming back.
So, Brendan, we had to rock the suits today for the broadcast. Can we break out the shorts tomorrow?
Luckily, I think you can. It was beautiful today. Once the rain moves out of here tomorrow, it should be nice again.
And then looking towards the weekend, whether women's lacrosse coming to the Carrier Dome, are we going to be able to dress well for that game? It looks like it's cooling down. Yeah, definitely grab a jacket if you're going to be out after the game at night, but it should be pretty good overall heading to the Dome. And inside the Dome, it's going to be nice. Not going to get those super hot temperatures because we're not above 80, so the Dome should still be around 70 degrees inside. All right, thanks, Brendan. Thanks, Topher. Now we turn to our ICYMI segment where we fill you in on all the entertainment, consumer, and health news you may have missed. Jake, what do we need to know?
The former slave and abolitionist Harriet Tubman is expected to replace the slaveholding and former President Andrew Jackson on the $20 bill. The Treasury Secretary announced yesterday to also add women and civil rights leaders to the $5 and $10 bills, with Hamilton and Lincoln still remaining as well. Some of these new faces are Lucretia Mott, Sojourner Truth, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Alice Paul, and Susan B. Anthony. And the Queen of England turns 90 years old today. Queen Elizabeth has been reigning since 1952. That spans the administrations of 12 different U.S. presidents. But the old queen didn't take it easy today. She still worked as usual alongside her husband, Prince Philip, who turns 95 in June. The Queen unveiled a plaque at the Queen's Walkway in Windsor. There was some partying, though. The royal family gathered in the evening, including Will and Kate, for a private celebration. And the Japanese automaker Mitsubishi is admitted to rigging data about some of its models' fuel efficiency. The company says the false report includes 157,000 models and more than 400,000 Nissan cars. Mitsubishi reportedly altered the test results by overinflating their cars' tires. And the results are in. Time magazine has announced its annual list of top 100 most influential people today. Among those listed, drum roll please, big names like Leonardo DiCaprio, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Taraji P. Henson. Time editor Nancy Gibbs says this year's group of honorees each have a lesson to teach and the power to make us think. And former Red Sox pitcher Curt Schilling is out of a job today. The former ESPN analyst was let go by the station yesterday after he posted what they say was an insensitive meme to the transgender community. ESPN releasing a statement on the matter today, calling his behavior unacceptable. This isn't the first time the one-time World Series MVP has been in hot water. ESPN disciplined him last year over discriminatory comments made about Muslims. And keeping with the theme, Chicago Blackhawks forward Andrew Shaw is missing tonight's playoff game for using an anti-gay slur against a ref in Chicago's Game 4 loss to the St. Louis Blues on Monday. The NHL says they've also fined him $5,000 and are requiring he go through sensitivity training. The league does say Shaw has apologized and is remorseful for his actions. The Blackhawks trail in that series 3-1, making tonight a must-win game if Chicago wants to keep their season hopes alive. And now with what's next in sports, here's Brianna Adams. Brianna, what do you have?
Thanks, Jake. Coming up on sports, men's lacrosse faced Binghamton in a final regular season game, and tennis played their first tournament game ever. This and more coming up after the break.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
Hey, my name's Katie and I'm in the 9th grade.
I'm an A average student, and I'm an athlete working towards a scholarship. And everybody tells me how much potential I have. But I just wish someone would tell me where my next meal is coming from. Katie, how'd I do?
Do you have to be so serious?
Well, I mean, I did like a crazy dance in a movie if you want me to, like, you know, do a little, no.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Starting off with men's lacrosse, they played their final regular season game at home against upstate team Binghamton. Let's see how the Orange fared against the Wildcats. And here they are in their final home game in the Carrier Dome. They would score early on, Nick Mariano with the first goal, and then Tim Barber, second goal, 12:26 left in the first quarter. And then Ben Williams from the faceoff, not known for scoring, rushes through the field, gets the goal, first goal of the season, getting SU up 7-0 with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Now you're going to midfielder Sergio Salcido, runs back across the net, gets it in. That he would have 2 goals in the win, 10-0 SU. And now Binghamton would respond with a Gilroy assist to Matthew Kaser and 10-1 SU with 8:30 left in the third. Now Nick Mariano will score again. This is one of 4 goals that he scored in the win, 11-2 with 14 seconds left in the third quarter. And you'll see Nick Paroli would score from a Nate Solomon assist, 13-2 SU with 10 minutes left in the fourth. Syracuse would not score anymore. Binghamton would score 3. Your final score is 13-5 Syracuse. Here's what the players have to say.
You know, offense is just a work in progress at all times. I'm just trying to be whatever my team needs me to be, and right from the beginning of the fall, we've just gradually improved, and our whole goal is to get better every single week, and we're starting to figure out who we are, and we're just playing well together.
Again, we were a little slow at times, and I think a lot of that had to do with the amount of games that we've played in a short time and a short week to prepare again.
You know, I think like Coach said, sliding and recovering practice has been a focus of ours the past couple weeks. I thought we had a nice showing against UNC, and it's good to kind of see the momentum flowing into this game, and hopefully it continues into the ACCs.
And that North Carolina was, they were a great team. That's a huge win for us. So we're looking forward to the first round of ACCs now. We weren't looking past this game at all, and it's important that I like to see how focused the guys were this past week, and we're just going to keep that going.
Now heading over to tennis, the number 27 tennis team faced number 35 NC State in the second round of the ACC tourney following a bye for the first round. NC State had an early on lead, defeating all 3 SU doubles for a 3-0 start. The Orange rallied from behind during singles play with all 4 teams winning, including number 62 Anna Skadoon upsetting NC State's number 37 Martina Frantova 6-4, 6-4. The Orange will face number 7 Miami tomorrow in the third round. The last time Orange played the Hurricanes, Miami dominated SU, defeating them 6-1. But coming off a big win for the Orange, SU is looking to upset Miami to advance to the semifinals. Now heading to minor league baseball, the Syracuse Chiefs face the Lehigh Valley Ironpigs today at NBT Bank Stadium. The Chiefs' Trey Turner would score early in the bottom of the first following a sac fly from Scott Sizemore. Yet the lead would not last long as the Ironpigs would score 10 runs on the Chiefs to take the victory 10-2. Now, over on the field, SU softball faced non-conference team Colgate in a doubleheader. The team would split the series against the Raiders. Softball beat reporter Nicole Hansen has more on the day.
It was Stars and Stripes Day on Wednesday at Skytop Softball Field, and the Orange were looking to hit the ball out to the American flag in center field in their doubleheader against Colgate. The Bats were working in Game 1, where Danielle Chitkowski's grand slam helped the Orange to a 10-3 win. But the midweek doubleheader caught up to SU in Game 2, and the team just couldn't get it done.
There's a period in that game where we're just kind of there. Like, I don't know if they mentally sharp or what, but that's tough in the midweek games. It's easy to get up sometimes for the North Carolina States, the Louisvilles, the Notre Dames, but it's these midweek games that I tell them all the time, they count the same. Win and loss column, those at-bats count the same.
We kind of came in here thinking that it was going to be midweek games. Like, we didn't really play to our abilities. We kind of played down because we thought that we could just roll over this team, and obviously we can't.
The Orange head on the road to take on Louisville in a 3-game series starting on Saturday. Reporting from Skytop Softball Field, Nicole Hansen, Citrus TV.
So tournaments coming up for men's lacrosse. Where do you see the Orange going?
Well, they're either going to be a number 2 seed or a number 4 seed, so it's really not, you're not sure how they'll do. Depends on how North Carolina and Notre Dame face, because Notre Dame is the number 1 team for ACC right now.
Alrighty, and Malachi Richardson going to the draft. Did that surprise you at all?
Oh, it definitely did surprise me. I think he should have at least 1 more season under his belt, but he does have until May 24th to drop out, so we'll see come May 24th if he goes through with it.
Because they can come back if they don't sign an agent, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
Alrighty, thank you, Bree.
Well, what are you wearing tomorrow to class?
And what games are you watching this weekend?
Catch it all on the other side of the break. Citrus TV News will be right back.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake. So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
How you doing? My name's Steve. My family's lived in this neighborhood for years. Recently, things got so tight, we had to go to our local food bank for help. I lost a lot of sleep worrying about what the neighbors might think. That is until I saw them there, too. How'd I do, Steve?
A little stiff. You could have done a little better.
What? Come on. You know, I have an Academy Award.
Yeah, but not for playing me.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Alrighty, one of the last Fridays of the semester. What are we wearing tomorrow?
Well, it's going to be in the 60s in the morning, but we're getting up a little warmer. There will be a few showers lingering around, so watch for a stray shower. Have an umbrella or rain jacket handy.
Alrighty. And what sports are we watching this weekend?
We're going to watch women's lacrosse, and if you want to keep up with men's lacrosse, watch that Notre Dame North Carolina game, because that will decide what SU is doing come ACC tournament.
So who do we want to root for in that game?
Oh. You want to root for if you root for North Carolina, then they're the number 2 seed and we're the number 4 seed. Okay. So then we would be playing Notre Dame. So if you want to make it to the second round, root for Notre Dame.
I don't want to root for either one of those. But you know what I'll be watching this weekend? Game of Thrones. Comes back Sunday.
Sunday night. It's going to be very exciting.
I mean, that's what I'll be doing.
Not just Game of Thrones, Veep too. Can't forget about that. 2 very good shows back to back.
Game of Thrones, man.
Yeah, Game of Thrones definitely trumps Veep. At least, especially opening week. You know, it's the first night of the season 6. It's just going to be insane.
We need to know what happens to Jon Snow.
Yeah. Oh. You know nothing, Jon Snow, but I do want to know if you're alive. That's all I've got.
We'll try and avoid spoilers, but yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, our show is winding down, but stick around on OTN for On the Bench. Then get all your entertainment news from Orange Desk and catch up on all your political news on Talking Points, which is live at 7:30. Well, that's it for Citrus TV News Live at 6 tonight, but if you just can't get enough, make sure and follow us on Twitter at Citrus TV News and check us out online at citrustv.com. I'm Topher Lane.
And I'm Jacob Reynolds. Have a great rest of your night, Syracuse, and be sure to join us next week for the final Thursday News Live at 6 show of the year.
It's going to be tough. Have a great night, Syracuse.